Welcome to my President Trump.us podcast. A lot of things going on. We are less than a week out from the midterm election. You have a lot of Democrats blaming the president for every piece of racism and hatred ever occurring in the United States. Truth of the matter is, the Democrats are the one, in my opinion, that are really filled with the hatred. I mean, Trump has a Jewish. His daughter, Ivanka, married a Jew, converted to Judaism, and is raising her children Jewish. They call Trump an anti-Semite. They compare him to Hitler. Hitler killed 7 million Jews and 20 million people, mostly Russians. Trump gets along with the Russians and hasn't killed a single Jew. Not one confirmed Jew kill by President Trump. But they call him a Nazi. That makes more sense to me. He's got to kill a couple of Jews in order to be compared to a Nazi. And the guy that shot up the synagogue in Pittsburgh had a problem with Hitler, had a problem. Ooh, that was a bad slip on my part. Had a problem with Trump because Trump moved the U.S. Embassy in Israel. He's too pro-Jewish. His daughter's Jewish. His children are Jewish. Everything I just said about him made the shooter in Pittsburgh hate Trump. But the media won't let that get in the way. So let's get on to some of the funner stuff that's going on. We have a midterm election where the American economy is booming. We did a 4.2. Looks like we're at a 3.5 for this quarter. And everybody wants to make a change. Let's take the Democratic Party wants to run on Obamacare and pre-existing conditions when nobody's taking away pre-existing conditions, and the Democrats have caused premiums to go up like 200 to 300% since Obamacare was passed. So why the Republicans aren't able to bring that up on how much premiums have gone up since Obamacare passed is, well, it's beyond me. But hey, I'm not a politician. It's not my job. I'm just here to state the obvious. Now let's talk about some funny things. You have Stormy Daniels, the porn star the president banged. Not since JFK do we know that a president has nailed a movie actress. Now, Marilyn Monroe, much better actress and probably a better lay than Stormy Daniels, but we don't have any porns to prove it. I've seen Stormy. Stormy's hot, and I don't blame Trump for banging Stormy, particularly he banged Stormy while his hot wife was either third trimester pregnant or just gave birth pregnant. If you know anything about a pregnant woman, third trimester and just giving birth, they don't want to be touched. I can see Melania saying, go ahead, bang somebody else. Don't touch me. I'm fat and disgusting. Get away from me. That's how most pregnant women are. So given the time and the situation, he may have had permission from the wife to fool around. Nothing specific like go out and bang Stormy Daniels, but don't touch me, I'm fat, disgusting, and you did this to me, get away from me. Obviously, I've dated pregnant women. I know how it goes. But that is the situation. And to believe it or not, he gave her $135,000 to shut her mouth. She cashed the check and then ran her mouth. I don't know how you could be a bigger bitch. I have no problem with her being a porn star. I personally think the only difference between a prostitute and a porn star is the presence of the camera. That being said, you give a woman $135,000 to keep her mouth shut, you expect her to keep her mouth shut. Now, I did something on my PresidentTrump.us site, which was we rated the top 5 Stormy Daniels sex scenes. She's done some pretty good scenes. Her girl-on-girl scenes are the best. I would definitely highly recommend you go to Pornhub, check out Stormy Daniels. She's done some good work, and she's banged the president. Now, I always thought that she had a hidden camera on that, and we were gonna see Trump pound her. Unfortunately, she hasn't pulled that little rabbit out of her hat, even though she claims she has evidence. Nobody's seen the evidence. She doesn't have the evidence, otherwise she would have brought it up in court to prove her allegation. But given the fact she's lost in court and hasn't brought it up, apparently the girl doesn't have the goods. And what's interesting to me is the Democrats who had a problem with, well, they liked Clinton when he was banging chicks, but the Republicans can't bang chicks. It's funny to me how the Democrats always claim sexual harassment. The Republicans are this, that, and the other thing. It's really a form of bullying when you think about how they claim that the Republicans are racist. What they're really doing is they're intimidating blacks into staying with the Democrats. I don't see them keeping blacks based upon the quality of their education, the safeness of their streets, the upward mobility, or how life is in the ghetto doesn't keep black people as Democrats. The fact that they're bullied into believing the Republicans are racist is how they keep black people voting Democrat. Let's talk about how they keep women. They tell them that all Republicans are sexist and mean to women and hate women. Trump loves women. I mean, he's banged as many of them as he can get his hands on. He's been married to multiple ones. He gives women a lot of authority. The first skyscraper in the city of New York was the Trump Tower, built by a woman that Donald Trump hired. His spokesperson is a woman. The Secretary of Homeland Security is a woman. His daughter has a ton of responsibility, the most responsibility for any first daughter ever. He gives women all kinds of responsibility and then gets nothing but crap for it. It's actually embarrassing. Part two, I was raised in the sexual revolution, where if it feels good, do it, and women have the power and authority over their own body. So if they want to sleep with a guy or a girl, they can do it. But now it's a crime for a man to sleep with a woman, but that also makes it kind of immoral and wrong for a woman to sleep with a man. It's like they're reverting back to the pre-60 and back to the 50 moralities when it comes to heterosexuals, but there's no rules for the other unlimited numbers of gender. I would like it to be equal, to where I'm an adult, a woman likes me, I like her, we have sex, and she doesn't come back 10 years later and say that I pressured her. I bought at Red Lobster and she felt obligated because I ran up $100 bill for dinner because she liked Long Island teas and got the lobster. That's kind of what it's coming to now, and it's really unfair. And most women can pay their own way. They take responsibility for their own actions. They enjoy sex, and they're really disgusted at the women who come back 25, 35 years later and say, "Oh no, I was a victim." No, you got off just as much as I did, but you're claiming victim status now because it gets you attention. If it's consensual, great. If it's not consensual, say no. But if you don't say no at the time, then it was consensual. And that is, to me, the meaning of the sexual revolution. I'm watching Fox right now. Kanye West is hugging the president. Now apparently Kanye may have had a change of mind. But I have an open invitation. We want to get Kanye West on this program to talk to him and to see what it feels like to be bullied for your beliefs. And we also want to talk to the walk away movement to see, do you think that the Democrats bully black people into staying Democrats as opposed to delivering better service? You have white people have two political parties. White people have two political parties, Republican and Democrat. But it's kind of unsafe and unpleasant for most African Americans to try to be a Republican or support Trump. They get bullied, they get intimidated. They're told their entire life to hate the Republicans, hate them, and therefore you should hate the Republicans, and you should also hate the police. One of the things we're doing, and we're looking for sponsorship of this, we want to coach African Americans on how not to get pulled over, on how not to have beef with the police, and on how not to get shot by the police. Right now you are listening to mypresidenttrump.us. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Our phone number is 612-327-4152. Give us a call, get on the program. We are going to wrap this segment up, but you can hit us up at mypresidenttrump.us at gmail.com. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You got a problem with me? Go ahead, tell me. You want to tell people about me? Woo! Go right ahead. We are the most honest podcast. Go in today. I'm Tim. This is mypresidenttrump.us. Thank you.